Hello friends and welcome to Lipnox VR. My name is Adam and today I'm taking a look at my top 10 favorite Oculus Quest games, and I threw in a bonus there for you guys, my top 5 favorite free Oculus Quest games. These are all no computer required whatsoever, so let's get into it. Number 10. So number 10, and one of the first games I played on my Oculus Quest, Path of the Warrior is basically a Super Nintendo Sega Genesis styled beat 'em up, Streets of Rage Final Fight style, but done in VR with co-op gameplay. There's some cool little minigame things, and it's a blast to play. Highly recommend this one.
Number 9.
Next we've got the Star Wars adventure, Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, which I played back in, I guess it was November, and it's a fun little storyline to go through. It's only 3 hours long, but unfortunately for narrative single-player games, there's just not a lot of length to them right now, and Part 2 is coming next year. Who knows how much that'll cost? Well, not next year, this year. Ooh, I keep doing that. Man, that 2020 lingers on. But in terms of Star Wars games, if you want a little storyline, if you want to walk around and shoot things, it's not like Vader, you're not stuck to the floor all the time. I think this is a pretty cool game.
Number 8.
And next I have to put in Pixel Rip 1995. I played the 89 on the PlayStation VR, and while it kicked my butt, it was still a fun time. And in terms of 1995, they definitely listened to criticisms from that last one because it's a lot easier this time, and boy the nostalgic. Do not miss out on this one, it's definitely worth getting.
Number 7.
And then we've got Death Unchained, which is a bow and arrow fan's dream come true because that's the only real weapon you're using. Well, that and the crossbow. And it's procedurally generated, so you can play this forever. And it's a lot of fun. They're actually doing a big Quest 2 giveaway right now too, so take a look at Super Bright's Twitter for that. But In Death, definitely a great game.
Number 6.
And then we've got Thrill of the Fight, which is my favorite boxing game and arguably the thing that sold me on the Oculus Quest right at the start, because when you're wireless there, you set up your play space, you got a red box under you, and your movement is done entirely with your own movement. So be careful you don't break anything, but it's just so much fun because you're using your real movement to dodge attacks, to swing, to do everything, and it's got a ton of settings to adjust for your liking. Definitely not one to miss out on.
Number 5.
So next on the list is Onward, and on the Oculus Quest, while some of the character models are not the most beautiful, just how all the guns are reloaded and how realistic everything feels is so much fun to me, and it brings such a VR sense to it that for the price tag, I think it's well worth having. If it's better than the other ones, I don't know, because I really don't spend a lot of time in multiplayer shooters, but Onward was one I couldn't put down.
Number 4.
And the game that probably sold people on the Oculus Quest in the first place, Beat Saber. Because, let's be honest, slicing blocks with lightsabers, it just works in VR, and it's a ton of fun. It's a huge lineup of songs, and you can mod the Quest version to add even more songs, which you can't do on PSVR. So, even though I owned it on PSVR and the DLC, I had to buy it again. Beat Saber, definitely must have.
Number 3.
So now we're nearing into territory from the last video, but Real Fishing VR is a blast. You can watch YouTube, you can play multiplayer, there's tons of levels, it looks photorealistic, and you need to own it. Definitely buy this game.
Number 2.
So next on this list, it's a kart racing fan's dream come true. Dash Dash World is basically what I consider Mario Kart in VR. It's got its own quirks, it's got its own weapons, a lot more on the adult side, offering some Uzis and things like that. But at its heart, it's Mario Kart, it's in VR, it's got great multiplayer options, and it's a ton of fun. Do not miss out.
Number 1.
And at number 1, you knew it had to be this. Saints and Sinners. On the Oculus Quest, it runs great. It's really not that big a downgrade. Yeah, the lighting, yeah, the graphics, but the core gameplay is here, the physics are here, the weapons are here, the content is here. This is a huge game for the Oculus Quest, and it really shows to me that there is a lot of power under that hood if you know how to use it. Skydance Interactive is a developer you need to be following, and Saints and Sinners is a game you need to own. do not miss out on it. So next we're looking at the top 5 free games, and I'll be honest, I didn't put these in any particular order because, well, they're free, so you should get them all. Starting things off, I have to mention Rec Room, because while I played it on PlayStation VR, having those analog sticks makes a world of difference, and some of the games just use tracking in a way that the PSVR isn't the greatest for. Things like bowling and some of the dodgeball type of events. I forget what they all are, but there's a whole bunch of games in this, and a lot of them work a lot better on the Oculus Quest type of headset with the touch controllers. So Rec Room, definitely great. And next on the list is Echo VR, which has been compared in a lot of ways to Rocket League, because they're both kind of that multiplayer get it in the net kind of game that, you know what, the barrier for skill is really the barrier for how much time you spend. So Echo VR, download it. And then one of the greatest games to play on your Oculus Quest, because it's just so easy to get into, and Poker Stars is a multiplayer fan's dream come true. Really doesn't cause motion sickness either, so there's no excuse you don't download this just to give it a try and see if you can win some money. And the next game is actually through the Oculus browser, but you don't need a PC for this. You legitimately just type in the Moonrider. I think it's XZ. I'll put the link will be right here. But basically it's Beat Saber and Box VR. It's got the punching, it's got the slicing in one, and it's using Beat Saber maps with all the custom songs, so there's like 10,000 songs, if I remember correctly, you can enjoy on this. Everything's free. So if you don't got the money for Beat Saber, or you don't have the ability to mod Beat Saber, I can't recommend this more, because the content, and it's still fun, it's still really good, so Moonrider, don't skip on it. And the last one, you know what, if you don't have the money for Real Fishing VR, there's a free one. It's not real fishing, it's not realistic graphics, but bait is still a pretty good time, and if you're looking for a fishing experience that costs you nothing, why not check this out? There is some paid DLC, but you don't need to worry about that. Just enjoy what's free and have some fun with your Oculus Quest. And thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one.